Good morning and welcome to our daily devotion. It is Monday morning and I'm feeling a little better this morning. Still sore, but I think that's to be expected, especially when, you already have issues. So, but anyway, today our scripture comes from Mark 2:21. And the title of our devotion is called Choose and Live. Well, this is a part of the scripture that Jesus was in by the Sea of Capernaum, and he's with his disciples, and he was doing a lot of teachings, and the Pharisees and some of the people of the time were questioning him and what he was doing. And, for instance, his disciples popped the head off the wheat and ate them one day because they were hungry. And they had, there was something said about that. And then, Jesus at this time called one of the disciples who was a tax collector. And he had dinner with tax collector and sinners of the time. And the Pharisees were questioning why he would eat with tax collectors and sinners. And, and Jesus had already told them, hey, I didn't come for the healthy. I came for the sick. And so this was another story, an example that Jesus gave when he was teaching. And he was trying to let the people know that you can't mix the old with the new. Let's see what it says. Who would patch old clothing with new cloth? For the new patch would shrink and rip away, leaving even a bigger tear than before. So, the things Jesus taught actually didn't mesh with the religious leaders of the day, the Pharisees. He seemed like sort of a revolutionary. His ideas seemed revolutionary. He knew that too. So he warned people that it wasn't wise to weave what he taught into the fabric of the old things that they have been taught. For today, our time, that means you shouldn't try to combine your old way of life and your new way of life with the teachings of the scripture. You must choose one or the other. See, when we come to Christ, when we become followers of Christ, we are to leave our old ways behind. We become a new creature, a new creation in God. So you have to choose one another. You can choose Jesus' way of life, which is love, hope, promise. Or you can stay in the old ways, but you can't have both. Choose that way today. Choose the way of life. And that way is to follow Christ and his teachings. Certainly, what God and them taught in the Old Testament is not null and void. But we don't live under that covenant anymore. When Jesus came, he was the new covenant. He was the covenant that says, I fulfilled the old covenant. We don't live under that law anymore. We live under grace. And thank God we do live under grace. Because we could never stand up to that law. Nobody did. Nobody was ever good enough to fulfill the law. Jesus fulfilled the law for us. He was the ultimate sacrifice. And because of that, we live under grace. You cannot mesh your old ways with the new ways. They don't mesh. You can't mesh your old life with new life. You can't say, well, I'm going to do this, but I'm still going to believe, but I'm still going to do my old thing. It doesn't work that way, my friends. Choose life. 2 Samuel 23:31 says, As for God, his way is perfect. The Lord's word is flawless. He shields all who take refuge in him. And that is so true. My friends, I hope that you have a beautiful week this week. Remember to choose life. Choose life from the one who gave it to you. The one who sacrificed everything he had on a cross that day. Who became our ultimate sacrifice. So that we can live under grace and not law. I hope, like I said, I hope you have a beautiful, blessed week. Remember those who we've been praying for. Do around an act of kindness this week. And I will see you all soon with Monday Morning Coffee and again tomorrow morning for our another daily devotion. God bless.